Welcome back. Welcome back to Passionately Intrigued Arts and More with Tracy. I'm back with a hopefully short video. I want to come back and do the napkin burning decoupage of this wood cutout family. And what I did was spray paint it white because if you spray paint it white, the napkin pops a little better. So I'm going to take you down and let's get this started. I'm making this for the baby shower that I am attending Sunday. So what you'll need for this project is your wood cutout of your choice and a paintbrush. Actually, two paintbrushes. One, because you're going to need Mod Podge. One to paint the Mod Podge on. And I don't have just the regular matte Mod Podge. I have this or the glossy. So I'm going to use this fabric one. It doesn't matter which one you use. And then you'll use this one to brush off the edges when you burn the napkin. You'll need a lighter and some water just in case. You don't want any fires. I got this package of napkins from the Family Dollar. It was on clearance. I guess it was an Easter item, but it's little unicorn ears. 50 cents. 50 cents. So I'm just going to use one of these. It's a 2-ply. So let me move all this stuff out of the way so we can get started. So the first thing you want to do is, pick the napkin of your choice. And like I said, I painted this white. It tends to, if you paint it white, you don't have to. If you paint it white, it makes the napkin pop out a little more vibrant. You take your napkin, and if it's a 2-ply or a 3-ply, you just want one thin layer. So what I do is put a piece of tape on the back of the napkin, and that way it helps pull it apart. You can pull it right off, well, almost right off. I'll have to get that piece, but it makes it so much easier to get the napkin off. Should have put it right on the corner and I wouldn't have to have this, but it's easy once you get it started. So you pull that ply off. This is only a 2-ply napkin. Do it a little carefully so you don't tear the napkin that you're going to use, the top ply. Okay? And then take your wood cutout, line up your napkin across the wood cutout. This is going to be kind of pale. I'm glad I painted it white. And I'm only going to need, you want to cut it down. So I'm only going to need half of the napkin. This is very, very easy and very quick. Then you'll take your Mod Podge. Usually it's the one with the yellow and orange, I believe, writing or outline on it. But like I said, any Mod Podge will do. And just make sure that when you're placing it on your cutout, on your wood cutout, that you take it to the edges. You don't want it thick, but you want to make sure that you pull it out to the edges. Ooh, and this is thick. Maybe I should get my glossy. This fabric one is thick. Okay, let's go for it. Just make sure you pull out to the edges of the letters or whatever cutout you're using. And I just go back and forth to try and make sure I get these edges. I'm just going across it, smoothing it out because you don't want it thick, and you want to make sure you cover those edges. And I hope I'm good. So you just take your napkin and place it over the top and smooth it out. Be careful because it's very thin and you could tear it. You want to get the wrinkles and the bubbles out. And when you're smoothing it down, make sure you go around the edge of the letters or your cutout, whatever you have chosen, so that it lays down good. This is a quick and easy gift idea, and they turn out very nice. Now if you find, this is pretty smooth, but if you find that you have wrinkles and bubbles, you can take a piece of saran wrap and just ball it up a little bit and smooth over your napkin to smooth out the wrinkles. That's pretty good. So then you'll want to cut close as you can around the perimeter of your cutout. Cut off the excess because we're going to use fire here. We're going to use a lighter and we don't want excess paper to burn. Just what is necessary. So cut all the way around. Pretty close. Maybe I need smaller scissors. All right, now you want to make sure you move away all the excess paper. Okay, so what you'll do, and have your water available just in case, it's just safety precaution. You'll take a lighter, and you can start anywhere on here, and light the edge of the tissue paper. And what it'll do, it might go all the way around, it might stop. If it stops, just light it again. And it burns so closely to the edge of the letters. You don't have to worry about using a sander, because a sander, you might sand off more of the tissue paper than you want to. So it stops. Just light it again. Sometimes it'll go all the way around, depending on how much tissue you have left after you've cut. Just be careful. Watch your fingers. Pay attention to what you're doing. It's a really neat project. See how that's burning away and so close to the edge, giving it a crisp, sharp look. Okay, so that's all of the outside of the cutout. And for the inside, all you do is poke a hole through each one that you have something in the middle, and just light it. Burn that right out. I'm running out of fluid. So there we have it. Then you'll take your other paintbrush and you'll just brush off like the burnt edges to give it a cleaner look. Get rid of that frayed edge. And if there's a little bit left, nope, that's good. You can always light it again. I'm gonna light from underneath to see if I can get that crisp right there. But just brush it off. And there you have it. Quick and simple. Now you can coat this if you'd like to with the Mod Podge to give it a nice finish, or you can spray paint it with a clear paint, or you can leave it as is. I tend to want to coat it. I see a little edge right here. Get that off. Yeah, and just check it out. Look close and see if there's any edges that didn't burn close to the wood, and just light it again. Now, if you don't brush your paper down, if you don't brush the Mod Podge down to the edge, you'll find that the paper doesn't stick, and then when you light it, it will burn into the paper. So you mess up your item. I think that's pretty good. So I'm just going to take a coat of the Mod Podge and cover this. Actually, I'm going to let it dry completely, and then I'll coat it with the Mod Podge. So nice and dainty, this tissue paper. Very dainty, not very bright, but it's nice for a little girl's room, and it's the family. Oh, it's pretty dry. I'm going to get my glossy Mod Podge for this. I'll be right back. So I'm going to use the Super Gloss Brilliant. And like I said, you can spray paint it with a clear coat, or you can use polyacrylic, or you don't have to do anything, but I want to put a protective coat on this. Maybe a couple coats. And what that does also is makes it pop a little better also. Brings the color out of the napkin. And you just need a thin coat. And then what I'll do, I'll let this dry, and I'll put one more coat on. Just a little extra protection. So I'll do the other coat off camera. I'm going to let this dry for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'll put another coat. And I am done, unless I put a hanging on the back. I might put a little, yeah, I probably will put something on the back so that they can hang it up, I suppose. And you know me, I don't like the way the back looks, so I'm probably going to paint that white. More than likely, after this dries. Okay, I've put several coats of the Mod Podge on there. It's nice and shiny. And coated, finished, protected, and then I painted the back white. And I just had to put that other piece of tissue paper or napkin on there and burnt it off and put a little hanger on there so they can hang it up. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Have you done this before? It's really simple. Give it a try. Quick and beautiful gifts. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Peace and love, and we'll see you soon. Toodles.